Hi, my name's Ian and I want to welcome you to another 5-minute family devotion here at Engadine and Heathcote Anglican Church. At 5-minute family devotions, we're going through God's big story and we're looking at the story of the Bible and how God is working on each and every page to bring us back into a relationship with Him once more. Right from the very start of the Bible, we learnt that even though God made the world and He loves us very much, unfortunately we sin against Him. And we don't trust Him to be the amazing God that He really is. And the Bible is one big story about the lengths that God would go to do away with our sin once and for all. We've learnt that Jesus came to bring the lost back to God and to forgive our sin and to make us friends with God and be in a relationship with God for eternity. Well, how was that going to happen? How would Jesus wipe away our sin and make us friends with Him once and for all? Well, let's find out. And I'd like to thank my son Tim for the amazing job that he did in reading for today's video.
The Friday was a sad day. It really was clear to see. Even though Jesus was the King, His friends they all did flee. Jesus bravely took our sin as He hung upon that tree. But little did His disciples know what would happen that Sunday. And on that day, Mary went to see the sad, sad tomb. Just before the sun rose, in the early morning gloom, to colour Jesus' body with spices and perfume, to honour Jesus, her dear friend, is why she went, I do presume. But when her journey had ended, and Mary had arrived, she found the stone was rolled away, the tomb was opened wide. What happened here she wondered, but she dare not go inside. Where is Jesus? Jesus, my dear friend, who on Friday gone had died. So Mary went to Peter and told him what she had seen. Then John and Peter went and looked at where their friend had been. There lay nothing but His burial clothes, lay neat and folded clean. Could it be Jesus rose from the dead, just as He had foreseen? Then Mary went back to the tomb, and when she looked inside, she saw 2 angels sitting there in bright and shining white. She asked, "Why have you taken him? Please tell me now," she cried. They said, "Do not cry, Mary. The Jesus you seek is alive." "Why are you weeping, woman?" said a voice soft and kind. Mary turned and thought she saw the gardener behind. When he said her name, she knew he was nothing of the kind. Could it be that Jesus was the promised Saviour of mankind? "Go and tell my friends," he told her. "Tell them that I'm alive, not just now but forever. I will never ever die." So Mary went to Peter and the others and she cried, "I think that I've seen Jesus. Could it be that He's alive?" Then Jesus came into the room. Although the door was locked, His friends all thought He was a ghost. They trembled there in shock. "Don't be afraid," said Jesus. "Here, look at the nail marks, it's me." His friends were so excited, they no doubt yelled yippee. After 40 days, Jesus rose into the sky. He said that He was coming back. He bid His friends goodbye. Jesus' gift to you is new life now, a new life after you die. Forgiveness and friendship with God that is far too good to let go by.
Well, there you go, boys and girls. All of history was looking forward to the time that Jesus would come and take away our sin. And He did that when He died for us. It looked like Jesus was beaten and defeated, But the reality was that he won the greatest victory of all by taking our sin upon himself and bringing forgiveness. But what was even better was that Jesus didn't stay dead, but rose again to show that he really is God's true and eternal King. Boys and girls, being a Christian isn't about being a good person. It's about trusting that Jesus died and rose again to bring you forgiveness and friendship with God. And so, have you accepted Jesus as your King? If not, maybe today is the day to do that. Well, in a couple of seconds, a couple of questions are going to come up on the board. And as a family, I want to invite you to read, to think, and to pray. And pause the video as you do each one together as a family. Remember, also keep on sending your photos in, and we'll say g'day to you.